Who's ready for Louisiana Derby? I know I am.
Trust the Profits is proud to be sponsored by Game of Silks. Go to silks.io to get in the game. Real ownership, real races, real rewards.
Trust the Profits is the formula here with you, and we are going to be talking about the Louisiana Derby coming up, giving you a full field rundown because we do have all 12 horses. That is right. Thank you to the fairgrounds, and thank you also to Turfway for getting those entries in as soon as possible so we can talk about it, right? We can talk about it on a Sunday, a Monday. We know what is going to be happening. We know the 12 horses in the field. We know that it is at the fairgrounds on Saturday. $1 million $1 million in purse money. G2 9.5 furlongs, going that extra half a furlong, more so than some of the other races. That's right, 1 3/16 miles on dirt. We've got a great lineup here. Yeah, going to be something for us to talk about. And let's talk about the past. A little bit of the past. Last year's winner, Kings Barnes. Not the most impressive Derby entrant last year, but he did make it to the Derby after coming out of the Louisiana Derby successfully. Just recently saw him running after a long layoff. Won an allowance race recently at Gulfstream, was it? Oaklawn, maybe? Can't remember exactly, but he did run in a race, I want to say within the last week or so. Previous to that, Epicenter, Hot Rod Charlie, a couple horses that made a dent in the Derby. Wells Bayou, not so much, but Gunrunner sticks out there, doesn't he? Oh yeah, third place at the Derby and quite a sire as well. Gunrunner, a very impressive horse. Um, let's get moving on. Let's talk about the horses that are going to be in the race, or who knows, they might be a Turfway too. There's a couple horses in here that are cross entries, both here and the Jeff Ruby Stakes, and two Todd Pletcher horses. Be curious to see what happens. Triple Espresso is one of them. The lesser known of the two, I would say. Fourth at the Colonel Liam Stakes, closing from eighth place to lose by 3 lengths in that one to Ebrumar. Floating out at the end a little bit. Definitely a closer. A horse that's seen turf as well, which is one of the reasons why he's um, possibly going to be running in the Jeff Ruby on the Tapita that they have there. But yeah, in that Colonel Liam Stakes race, did float out a little bit there as a closer. Was looking to close out from eighth place. Probably could have made more of a dent if he had more of a straight arrow shot, but not the case here. Todd Pletcher, Luis Saez, Triple Espresso, and yes, Game of Silks owners. Let us note here. Owners are going to be shown below here, so if any of you out there have a horse entered in the race, there's your name. Hall of Fame. Anonymous owner, Game of Silks. Hall of Fame. This is a horse that I was touting. This is a horse I was thinking, yeah, get on Hall of Fame now. This might be the last chance you get it. You get a price on him. Not the case. Not the case. And the Hall of Fame is going off at 8-1 morning line. So I shouldn't say going off. I should just say morning line 8-1 because we don't know what he's going off at yet. But he is one win and one second place lifetime. He was that going into the Risen Star where he finished a disappointing seventh, hanging out early to middle of the pack, third place here, fifth place there, bouncing around. Never had the power to close in that race. Lost out to Sierra Leone by 8 lengths. Why did I think Hall of Fame was going to be strong? Well, weeks before, broke his maiden in a 60K maiden special weight race, going 8.5 furlongs. 10 plus length finish above the second place horse in that race, and running the same distance on the same day at the same track, had a half-second better time than Track Phantom. Track Phantom, who's number one horse at the time at Trust the Profits. And for me right now, he is still my number one horse. Bouncing around those numbers a little bit, but I got Track Phantom as my number one. I think I like him in the Derby. So all that gave me reason to put Hall of Fame higher on my list, have high expectations for him, and he had a letdown. But you know how that is. You know how that is. Sometimes they let you down in that first big stakes race. I mean, he's coming off a maiden special weight, going into a stakes race like the Risen Star. Seventh place finish. Maybe he's got a bounce back in him. Maybe he's stretching out for the distance here. Steve Asmussen putting Ricky Santana on him. So Hall of Fame, still in my heart just a little bit. I'm giving you one more chance. Antiquarian, one win, one second place, two maiden special weight races, won the last one, beating Cornishman by a length. Second place in his first one to Conquest Warrior, horse that a lot of people love, losing by half a length in that one, going a mile. This is a Todd Pletcher horse, John Velasquez in the mount. Take notice of that. Agate Road, Todd Pletcher, and this is the other horse that is cross-entered, right? Jeff Ruby on one side, Louisiana Derby on the other. 6 races, mostly first and seconds. The one time he didn't was at BC, right? He ran BC Juvenile Turf, going up against Unquestionable. Finished fifth in that one, 2 lengths off of Unquestionable. Just didn't have as much close power as the rest of the horses in front of him had. A little obvious, right? Ran second in Sam F. Davis at Tampa Bay, closing from deep, 11th place, to lose to no more time in that one. Second place finish to Dania Beach. Before that, on Tapita going a mile, sitting 2 lengths off the lead. In fourth, closing to second, 1.5 lengths behind Tokayo. It's a deep closer. It's a horse with some turf history, a little bit of Tapita history as well. Definitely a great horse to be running the Jeff Ruby Stakes. In fact, I would say once he goes to the Jeff Ruby Stakes, in my opinion, this is going to be your favorite. In my opinion, there's another horse there that a lot of other people love. I like Agate Road personally, and I think that's a better place for him. Catching Freedom, Brad Cox, Flavian Pratt. 2 wins in 4 races. Third at the Risen Star, going 9 furlongs, and that one losing to Sierra Leone by 1 3/4 lengths. This was the third horse of that triumvirate: Sierra Leone, Track Phantom, Catching Freedom. For that winner, Smarty Jones, 2 lengths over Just Steel, closing from fifth place in that one. Brad Cox, always got to take notice. Awesome Ruda, don't necessarily have to take notice for this horse. Sixth place at the Risen Star, starting in the middle, never really making much of a dent. Third place before that, an allowance optional claimer. Sixth place in a 5.5 furlong turf race. I've seen enough, right? I think we went through this story before, talking about the Risen Star. In that race, this horse didn't change my mind. If anything, it cemented further that this is not going to be a horse that I am going to be interested in for the Louisiana Derby. Honor Marie, there's a couple horses out there that people are upset at me for not putting higher on my list. Honor Marie is one of them. Liberal Arts is the other. Very similar horses, both deep closers. Fifth place at the Risen Star for Honor Marie, after winning the Kentucky Jockey Club. Starting out 10th and 11th place, closing to finish 5th place, 6 lengths off of Sierra Leone. Anna Marie, got to see a little bit more from this horse. See if she can see. I want to say see if he can compete with the big boys here. See if he can get open into space and actually close out and get himself a strong win here. I'd be curious to see if he does make a dent. I do like this horse, but there's just a lot of horses out there in different orders. I kind of got Anna Marie on the edge. I'll talk about that in a little bit. Next level. Next level. Seen this horse so many times. Rebel Stakes, 8th place. Gunrunner, 7th place. What else? American Pharaoh ran 7th in that one. Ran 3rd at the Del Mar Futurity. I mean, how many chances do we give next level? No more. No mas. No mas. Not delivery, it's Desormo. Next. Real Men Violin. Real Men Violin. This is a horse that seems to hit the board a lot, but I just don't seem to think a whole lot of. It took him a while to break his maiden. I think that's a big part of it. 8th place at the Risen Star. Real poopy there. Sitting there most of the race, attempting to break up to 6th, falling back again to 8th, 12 lengths off of Sierra Leone, so not a lot to show for there. Second at the Kentucky Jockey Club Stakes, 2 lengths off of Honor Marie after spending most of the race in 5th and 6th. Broke his maiden after 5 tries. Not ecstatic. Common Defense, Ken McPeak, BJ Hernandez. 1, 2, and 0 in 4 races. Rebounded from Southwest to come in second at the Rebel, just 2 lengths behind Timberlake. Fifth at the Southwest Stakes. This is why we give second chances. Rallying from 8th place, but still 5th place, 17 behind Mystic Dan on that rainy day that Mystic Dan just seemed to love playing in the mud. Yeah, Common Defense. Definitely saw a second chance at Southwest. At Rebel after a disappointing Southwest. So I think Common Defense is within this group fairly highly rated. Tuscan Gold, just coming off a maiden win. Last time out was at Gulfstream, beating Skip the Line by 6 lengths, going 8.5 furlongs there. So in a maiden special weight race, pretty high level, has already run the distance. Chad Brown, Tyler Gaffleone. a bit of a mystery here, Tuscan Gold. What do you get out of this horse? Track Phantom. Yes, so Track Phantom. Here we go. Here we go, here we go. Second at the Risen Star after setting the pace, was passed down the stretch, lost to Sierra Leone by half a length there. Sierra Leone, much the better. Winner of the Lecomte, pretty much repeating the Gun Runner. The Gun Runner set the pace there. Beat Next Level in that one, beat Sneed, beat Nash. Um, yeah, and Lecomte was pretty much more of the same. Steve Asmussen, Joel Rosario. Um, this is the horse. This is the horse right here. You got to go in with a favorite of Track Phantom, and the only horse of note that's really beaten him so far is Sierra Leone. Sierra Leone, a horse that, in my opinion, is a terrific closer, an amazing closer. But anytime with closers, you get enough traffic. What can you do? So, was he beaten by just a really strong closer last time, or is he susceptible to other closers in this race like Anna Marie? That's the question a lot of people are going to have to answer. Here we are at the summary already. Track Phantom, that is my safe pick, as I just mentioned. But if I'm going to give you a value play, it's the Rebound, Hall of Fame. So, yeah, I think Hall of Fame can do it. I do. Only because I thought he could do it like a month ago and he didn't. But having said that, Hall of Fame, going to take one more risk on that horse. Track Phantom is my number one. Hall of Fame is my number two-ish, and I also like Common Defense. I really want to put Agate Road in there, but I think Agate Road is probably going to run it Turfway. If Agate Road doesn't, it's in my key box. Key on Track Phantom, Hall of Fame, Common Defense, Agate Road. Assuming Agate Road scratches, runs it Turfway. Slip in Honor Marie. I still do like Honor Marie, even though some people think I should have him higher on my list. So that's what I got. What do you guys have? Do you guys like what's on my list? You guys not like what's on my list? Let me know what you think in the comments. Love to see it all, as always. And have a lovely evening.